Welcome to Dreamstate, your sanctuary for navigating life's meaningful transitions. Today's guided meditation will help you release fears about financial security and cultivate a deeper sense of trust in your journey ahead. By the end of our time together, you'll feel a shift in how you relate to uncertainty, discovering a more peaceful relationship with your financial future. Headphones are recommended for the full experience, but not necessary. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, ideally lying down with your arms and legs uncrossed. Feel free to pause this video until you're in a comfortable position. Let's begin this journey together. Take a full, deep breath in through your nose and exhale completely through your mouth. Another deep breath in and release. With each breath, allow your body to become heavier, sinking more deeply into the surface, supporting you. I want to acknowledge the weight you've been carrying, those middle-of-the-night thoughts about retirement savings, the calculations you find yourself making when unexpected expenses arise, the underlying question of, will there be enough? These concerns aren't trivial. They reflect your deep sense of responsibility and your desire for security in the years ahead. As we continue breathing together, imagine that with each exhale, you're creating a small space between yourself and these financial worries. Not dismissing them, but simply allowing some breathing room around them. Notice the points where your body makes contact with the surface beneath you. Your heels, the backs of your calves, your hips, your lower back, your shoulders, the back of your head. With each point of contact, feel how completely supported you are in this moment. Bring your awareness to any areas of tension in your body. Perhaps your jaw, where you might be holding concerns unspoken, or your shoulders, carrying the weight of financial responsibility, or your stomach, where anxiety about the future might create tightness. With each breath, invite softening into these areas, not forcing relaxation, but simply allowing the possibility of release. As your body settles, I invite you to visualize yourself standing at the edge of a beautiful, vast ocean. The water extends toward the horizon, reflecting the light of the sky above. This ocean represents abundance, not just material wealth, but the abundant flow of life itself, which includes opportunities, connections, creative solutions, and resources of all kinds. Notice how this ocean is in constant motion, waves forming and dissolving, currents moving beneath the surface, the tide steadily advancing and receding in its natural rhythm. Nothing about it is static or fixed, just as life's circumstances are rarely permanent. As you stand at this shoreline, become aware of what you're carrying. Perhaps you notice a heavy backpack on your shoulders. This backpack contains your specific financial fears, concerns about retirement savings, worries about unexpected expenses, anxiety about market fluctuations, fears about becoming a burden to others. Feel the weight of this backpack, how it affects your posture, your energy, your ability to move freely. This weight represents how financial fears impact your daily experience, sometimes constraining your joy and limiting your sense of possibility. With compassion for yourself and all you've navigated through the years, slowly remove this backpack and place it on the sand before you. As you do, take a deep breath, feeling the immediate physical relief of setting down this burden, even temporarily. With gentle curiosity, open the backpack and begin to examine its contents one by one. As each specific fear emerges, hold it in your hands, acknowledging its presence in your life. You might find a fear that whispers, "You should have started saving earlier," or another that suggests, "What if there's a medical emergency that depletes everything?" Perhaps one that questions, "Will I outlive my savings?" For each fear, take a moment to recognize the protective intention behind it. These fears didn't arise to torment you. They emerged from your deep desire for security and well-being. Thank each one for trying to protect you, even as you prepare to transform your relationship with it. In a little while, you'll begin to experience a profound shift in how you perceive these fears. But for now, simply continue this process of acknowledgement. As you examine the final items in your backpack, you might notice how long you've been carrying some of these concerns, perhaps decades. Consider how these fears have shaped your decisions, your outlook, your ability to fully enjoy the present moment. Turning your attention back to the ocean before you, observe how its waters contain infinite possibilities. Unlike a bank account with its definite numbers, this ocean of abundance operates according to different principles of flow rather than fixed limitation. Step closer to the water's edge, feeling the damp sand beneath your feet. With intention and readiness, select one of your financial fears, perhaps the one that feels most burdensome right now. Holding this fear in your hands, notice its weight, its texture, its particular energy. Then, with a motion that feels right to you, perhaps a gentle toss or a releasing placement, allow this fear to enter the ocean waters. Watch as it makes contact with the water. Instead of sinking or dissolving immediately, notice how it begins to transform. The rigid energy of fear gradually shifts, becoming more fluid, more adaptable. This doesn't mean the practical consideration behind the fear disappears, but rather that your relationship with it changes fundamentally. Continue this process with each fear from your backpack, one by one, observing how each transforms upon contact with these waters of abundance. Some may transform quickly, while others might require more time. As you release the final fear, take a moment to notice how you feel physically. Perhaps there's a new lightness across your shoulders, more space in your chest, a deeper quality to your breath. With this unburdened awareness, turn your attention to the horizon where the ocean meets the sky. Notice a gentle glow beginning to form there, a warm golden light that grows steadily brighter. This light represents your inner wisdom, the part of you that understands that security comes not just from external resources, but from your innate resilience, your creativity, your ability to adapt, and the supportive connections you've cultivated throughout your life. As this light grows stronger, it begins to illuminate the surface of the water, creating a golden pathway extending from the horizon directly to where you stand. This pathway symbolizes the connection between infinite possibility and your present reality. With curiosity and openness, step onto this pathway. As your feet touch its surface, you're surprised to discover it supports your weight completely. With each step you take along this golden path, you begin to access deeper truths about abundance and security. You realize that throughout your life, even during challenging times, resources have arrived, sometimes from unexpected sources, sometimes through your own ingenuity, sometimes through the generosity of others. When needed most, paths forward have appeared. As you continue walking, you begin to perceive the difference between genuine prudence and paralyzing fear. One helps you make wise choices, the other prevents you from fully living. You recognize that balance is possible between practical planning and trust in life's unfolding. Moving further along this pathway, you notice how the golden light begins to surround you, gently entering through your breath, illuminating you from within. As this happens, you start to recognize assets you possess that no market fluctuation can diminish. Your accumulated wisdom from decades of life experience, your ability to distinguish between needs and wants, your creativity in finding solutions to challenges, the meaningful relationships you've cultivated, skills you've developed that remain valuable regardless of age. These are the currencies of a well-lived life, forms of wealth that appreciate rather than depreciate with time. Now, pausing on this pathway, you become aware of a presence approaching, a wiser, more peaceful version of yourself. This is you who has integrated the lesson of balanced trust, who understands that true security comes from both practical action and spiritual surrender. This wiser self stands before you now, holding something in her hands. As she extends her hands toward you, you see she's holding a small, luminous seed. This seed represents the new relationship with abundance that is beginning to grow within you. One based on trust rather than fear, on possibility rather than limitation. With a gesture of profound trust, you receive this seed, feeling its warmth and potential in your hands. Your wiser self smiles, knowing you're ready for this shift, even if the journey unfolds gradually. As this understanding integrates within you, the golden pathway beneath your feet begins to widen, extending out in multiple directions. representing the many possibilities that exist beyond the limitations of fear-based thinking. Your wiser self now guides you to turn and look back toward the shore where you began this journey. You see your backpack there, but it has transformed. No longer heavy and burdensome, it has become a light, practical tool, representing not fearful hypervigilance, but grounded wisdom about resources. You understand now that you can return to shore, carrying this transformed awareness. That practical attention to financial matters can be held with spaciousness rather than constriction. As you prepare to return, your wiser self places a hand gently on your shoulder and shares a final insight. The most precious form of security comes not from accumulated resources alone, but from your innate ability to respond to life with wisdom, creativity, and trust. With this understanding illuminating your path, you begin walking back toward the shore, noticing how differently you feel compared to when you began. Lighter, more spacious, more connected to possibilities beyond your fears. Reaching the shore, you pick up your transformed backpack, appreciating how it now feels appropriately weighted, substantial enough to remind you of practical considerations, but not so heavy that it limits your movement forward. As we prepare to bring this meditation to a close, take a moment to feel the integration of what you've experienced. The release of constricting fears, the connection with deeper wisdom, the seed of trust now planted within your heart. This new relationship with financial matters won't eliminate all concerns, but it offers a more spacious, more peaceful way of relating to uncertainty. One that allows you to plan appropriately while remaining open to the abundant possibilities that exist beyond the limitations of fear. Begin to deepen your breath slightly, gradually becoming more aware of your physical body. Feel the surface supporting you, the air against your skin, the gentle movement of your breath. When you're ready, slowly wiggle your fingers and toes, bringing gentle movement back to your body. Take another full, deep breath in. And as you exhale, slowly open your eyes, bringing with you this transformed relationship with abundance and security. The wisdom you've cultivated over decades continues to guide you forward, and the seed of trust planted today will grow stronger with each passing day. This has been Dreamstate, where your relationship with life's uncertainties becomes a pathway to deeper peace.